What about if you were deciding to build your lineup around a value play? Is that a strategy you'd be interested in? And if so, who is it?
Yeah, I mean, Matt already mentioned that the Grizzlies are going to be a popular spot for value, and I would agree. I don't think this is a sneaky play by any means, but I think you have to look at John Konchar. He's $3,600 tonight. They are just missing virtually every wing in their rotation. I mean, it's Dylan Brooks, it's Desmond Bane, it's Kyle Anderson. Tyus Jones just got added as well. Like, the annoying part about the Grizzlies, generally speaking, is how just balanced their rotations tend to be. I mean, Konchar was someone who across the Grizzlies' last 3 games was 4th on the team in minutes, but that only meant 24.4 minutes per game. I just don't think they're going to have the capability to run the 11, 12-man rotations that they generally like to run. And Konchar is going to end up having to play somewhere in the realm of 30 to 33 minutes tonight. And for someone who's shooting 59% from three-point range since the beginning of December, for someone who we have found out recently is an above average rebounder for his position. I mean, he's someone with a 13% total rebound rate so far this season. I just think there's a lot of ways that Konchar can reach value tonight, and probably just going to be osmosis if he's playing that many minutes. So it's hard to ignore him at 3,600. He's my favorite of the Grizzlies value plays.
Nick Buchanan, who is your favorite value play?
Yeah, so coming into the show, I was looking at Spencer Dinwiddie because he has a chance at a revenge game tonight going up against the Nets. I know he didn't take advantage of it earlier in the season, but I think tonight's a great night for him to do that. As much as Bradley Beal does impact his usage rate, I think his assist total on DraftKings Sportsbook, taking the over on that tonight, it's at 5.5 right now, is a good way to go. But Garion is right, and Matt was highlighting it earlier too. The Grizzlies are the way to go tonight. I think that Konchar is a great one. Melton's another one, and as much as Brandon Clark isn't the first guy you think of when you see 2 guards getting pulled out, I think with Anderson out as well, this is a good spot for Brandon Clark as well. He's a little bit more on the expensive end. So, Konchar, Melton, those are probably the top 2. Also in the Wizards-Brooklyn game, to go back to that, Day'Ron Sharpe at 4.4K2. He's been providing 5 times value in 4 of his last 5 games. He's been getting a lot more minutes too. He's starting for the Nets too. So I think as long as Kevin Durant is out now too, and you're still kind of dealing with some confusion at the big spot in Brooklyn, I think that this is a good spot for him, and the Wizards are not good against bigs either.
All right, Maddie, can you bet around value on this slate?
Yeah, I'll keep this one quicker since we kind of talked about these guys a bunch already, but D'Anthony Melton, John Konchar on the Grizzlies, 36 and 3,700 respectively. A lot of people are going to play them, so I actually think you can go to Jarrett Culver, who's $3,000. There's not much else after these guys. Like, it's Morant, it's Konchar, it's Melton. If there's foul trouble, if there's a blowout, if there's just someone playing poorly, Culver really, I think, is the only wing they have behind them on the depth chart, and he certainly will be a lot more contrarian than the guys I just mentioned. So I think pivoting to Culver for GPPs, he's the flat minimum. If you want to pay up for some guys that maybe other people aren't paying up for, need someone cheap, Culver at 3,000 makes a lot of sense.